It's the 20th of August today, and today I'm going to be planting this little sucker out. I basically pulled off a sucker from one of my other trees. I think it's the sun gold, the yellow cherry tomato basically. Pulled off a sucker, stuck it in some soil, and it's grown really well on the windowsill. It's got some flowers forming. You can see they're about to start producing. So I thought before this thing gets too big on the windowsill and it's really struggling in this little pot, it's busting out the bottom, let me get it into this big pot that I've got prepared, where I've just pulled out my courgette. This is the yellow courgette. So you can see here it did have plenty of courgettes forming, but what I found with this one is that as soon as it got to a certain size, it would just do that. So really just not good. I haven't got one courgette off this plant, which is very, very sad. My little oak tree, put that aside there because it's getting some mold, so I don't want it near anything else with mold. I've taken some sweet pea seeds that have dried, and I've stored them for next year. I've cut back on the gem squash. I had to harvest one, which made me really sad, because I didn't want to have to harvest it, but the plant just died. This plant is still alive though, and it's got the two gem squash that are doing quite well over there. So the plant is barely surviving. You can see it's got plenty of mildew. That's pretty. But yeah, it's still going. I mean, it's still flowering, so that's looking pretty promising. I might have another gem squash, who knows. So I've cut my geranium right back for next year. Peppers, I don't know if they'll produce in time. My dahlias have done well, the ones I planted from seed. This was another sucker. This was the other sun gold cherry. So I took these cuttings on the 9th of July, so about a month and a week, a month and 10 days ago. Yeah, and they're starting to flower, which is really good. So this one and that one is the same age, from the same plant actually. And then I took one more cutting, so you can see I pulled that out there, rearranged some flowers. Let's have a look here. So these are starting to turn red, which is really nice. So this was the store-bought one from Dobby's. Starting to produce now. It's really late in the year, so the first tomatoes I got were in August. Let me just have a look here. Here's the other cutting. This is the red cherry tomato, also taken on the 9th of August. It has just started with the flowers, so that's really cool, and a brilliant way to, I'm keeping this one in the greenhouse, brilliant way to keep the harvest going for the tomatoes. So I'm hoping that I'll have tomatoes well into autumn, maybe up until the frost, who knows. So this is interesting. See that's pretty cool, I thought. So I don't know if anything will come of these olives, but this is more growth than what I saw last year. So that's, yeah, I'm happy with that. Even if nothing produces, at least we're going in the right direction. Didn't get anything last year, they all just fell off. Maybe it's because I'm watering more this year, I'm not too sure. Maybe it's just more mature. Look at those, Rebecca. This is interesting, my white lavateria. Haven't grown these before. I did the pink ones last year and the year before, and they were great. And the pink ones a few years actually. So the white ones are really, really pretty as well. I like them. Snapdragons are all over the show. Enough. I've got enough of them. So this is a blackcurrant cutting that I got from Tessa at church. This borage is still going great. That probably needs to come out. It's just a bit of an eyesore right now, and I don't use runner beans. I said to myself I won't grow runner beans again, but I did. There you go. One of my dahlias from seed. So pretty, lovely fuchsia pink colour. Here's another one over here. It's like a yellowy pink, and this one is just a yellow one. So they're all supposed to be the same variety, although some of them look a bit different. Some are tighter than others. Marigolds are going great. I've planted the other marigold in the brae. So the brae has been emptied. It's gone completely over. I took all the Rudbeckia out. These are doing well. Sticking quite. Rudbeckia is doing very well. Delphinium, some blue in the garden. Just amazing. Love the colour. Love this. Love this. These are just, I love the shape of these. I think I've mentioned before. So I've stuck in a fuchsia there, and I've stuck in this marigold. This is one of the dahlias from seed, a pink one. These are just growing really well. I have planted another one from seed, so we'll see. It's like an orangey, it's one of the warmer colours, so we'll see what that looks like when it starts flowering next year. But you can see everything's sort of had its time. Lavender's still growing well, which is nice. But yeah, everything, this is white. Viticulea. This is my new little feature. I thought that looked quite cutesy. So all this Goldilocks, I think it's called, all this is from one small cutting I took from the basket from December last year. And I thought, well, instead of binning it, let me just stick it in the soil. And from that I've got all this growth, which it's a lovely, lovely spiller. I really like the way it flows over the edge, and I'll probably stick it back in the basket or take another cutting, because it's one of those that everywhere it touches the soil it roots and starts growing. So you can see, I don't know if you can see in there, but it's growing along the soil, which is nice. So basically if I put this along some soil, it will start rooting, and then I can take it off as another plant. Isn't that just a nice colour? Another dahlia. They're everywhere. So this has come back. I keep deadheading this, and it keeps coming back. So that's about the third time now. Let's have a look here. So you can see what I mean. The Rudbeckia, when they're over, they just sort of spill over. It doesn't look that great, but I still love them. Love the actual flower heads. These are probably my favorite ones. I don't normally go for these colors, but I like this particular one. And then look at this in the background. Red sunflowers flowered. So this is primarily reds and yellows, and there is some blue in there, but mostly sunflowers are doing okay considering the squirrel. That one's gone over. I'm letting it go to seed. And this poor vine, like there are no male flowers, so I don't think this one is going to pollinate. I think this one's just going to fall off like the other one did, because I don't think it's pollinated, so we'll have to just, I'm keeping an eye on it. Plus I don't think there's enough time for that thing to develop properly. The cold weather's already set in, so time is limited. This is a cucamelon I've stuck in. What is this? This is a cucamelon I've stuck in the ground. It's just one plant, and it's just doing really well. I wonder if there are any. Oh, this cucumber needs picking. So the cucamelons look like this, and they taste like. They look like watermelons, but they taste like a salty cucumber, which is. Here's another one. They're really cute. I think that's about as big as they're going to get, so I could probably pick that one. The beans are still going great. They're my absolute favourite in the garden. That looks ready. And beans, tomatoes and beans. But it's okay. One more thing, look at that. My Primula Yalii has flowered. Planted this on the 4th of February, and I was wondering if it would flower, and it has. It's just, I love it. So pretty. It's so unusual. So unusual. What else have I got here? Some mint. Took a mint cutting. A little cherry tomato there. It's probably ready to pick that one. Also what I've done is I've split out a few of these. So that's the update.